All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to pre-market prep at the close. Spencer Israel here. No Joel, obviously, same thing all week. Joel's out. Joel, I think I was told an insider tip that he'll be back tomorrow. So I've been bringing out a different friend every day to hang out. Yesterday, I brought on my boy Zunaid. The day before, we had Gil Morales. The day before, we had Christian Fromhertz. I'll be honest with you guys. I struck out a little bit today. So I went to All Reliable, the man who will never leave me, Money Mitch. And look, he's gone.
No, you don't got me. You got Black Horse. Black Horse.
What's that?
The Black Horse, bro. The Black Stallion today.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can
I be like a parody account?
I emailed like 20 people today, and I got like no responses, or I got like, oh, I'm at the beach. This is like, I think that's an indicator, probably. Like the one response that I even got was, I'm at the beach. So is it just me? It can't be just me. Like, I am bored of these markets. I am really bored. I don't know why I shouldn't be bored, because we got earnings coming up next week, and that'll be fun. But like right now, one in the chat if you're bored with me, because it is a little bit boring out there.
I'm with Easy, man. I'm with Easy. Beach tomorrow.
Yeah, no. I mean, we might as well all go to the beach.
Special event, pre-market prep from the beach.
We should do that. Hey, Mitch, you were getting some love in the chat earlier. You were nice call on the banks today, sir. Nice call on the banks.
Honestly,
broken clock is right twice a day, right?
When you just look out there and there's really nothing you can give, and maybe give the banks.
Yeah.
It was a tough one. I gotta say, I didn't really know what it looked this morning, but I was just going strictly off that chart that I gave.
Yeah, nice call though.
Hey.
They all balanced out the open, so very nice job. Overall market here, I mean, we're dipping a little bit. You know what concerns me here? It's not the SPY. It's not the Russell is really concerning to me.
Yeah.
Okay. This does not look good. I mean, if it bounces off that line, that's one thing. But if it doesn't, oh boy, this is concerning.
Yeah,
this is concerning. No beach for the degenerates. Mike, don't be a degenerate. Actually, you can be a degenerate. It doesn't.
One thing I'd like to point out is when we test support more than 3 times on something like this, and then you can clearly see that this is the 4th time that we're kind of testing that line. And when you get that 4th test, it's a lot of times when you get those breakdowns.
Yeah. It is. It does not look great. It does not look great.
Russell is a red flag.
Yeah. This is concerning. Or you just close your eyes and buy the dip.
Like a Head and Shoulders with like built shoulders up.
I don't know if I see that.
Like the 2 little mounds on the right hand side and the little bump in the middle.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So the Russell is on my radar. That's the one chart that I find myself flocking to. Like my eyes go there first, right, throughout the day. Is this chart, because as we were saying, this is probably a better indicator of the overall market, just because it's more diversified than the S&P. And I saw who tweeted this. I think it was Rev Shark. He was like saying that the S&P is 2% off all time highs. Like, it's not helpful. And that's what I was saying yesterday, right? It's not helpful to the people in AMC, for example. But we're 2% off all time highs. Well, AMC is getting smacked around. Actually, today it's having not a bad day, right? But the point still stands. So this is the chart that I'm glued to right now. And how this chart goes will dictate how I feel about the market in the short term. Easy Mike City called 5 points on AMC this morning. Very nice. Yeah, nothing ever goes straight up or straight down. That's what I was saying Power Hour earlier today, right? Speaking of going straight down and not doing it, look, Exhibit B, ride, right, up 10% today. Why? Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares? Ride. Look at ride though. Very nice day, 10%. Trend is your friend, and the trend is down, but there are always up days within a downtrend and down days within an uptrend.
Yep.
And today is the former.
Definitely. I mean, these are days where you start seeing even kind of RSIs, MACDs all getting pushed down, reversal. And then they usually bounce for a little while. The question is, do any of these bounces continue?
Probably not.
That's the question.
Probably not, but what do we know? What else is on my list here to talk about? I want to talk about Moderna, actually. This one hasn't stopped. And I can't remember where I saw it. Maybe someone in the chat can help me out. I saw there's a big spread, a big cover article. I want to say it was Bloomberg or the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times. I don't know. So one of the prestige media outlets out there had like a big story about Moderna and how the next thing that their mRNA technology is going to tackle, the next virus, the next disease. I forget where I saw it. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. But every time we look at this chart, I look at it, at least, it's higher. Every single time. And it's not like the other vaccine stocks have gone with it, right? Let's just have some fun and look at Pfizer, which of course is more diversified. But what's the not BCRX? What's BNTX? Jesus, couldn't remember. Right?
Yeah.
Here. Let's just go. Actually, I stand corrected on the BNTX.
That one's up today, 4%.
Yeah, over the last couple weeks, though. Couple months. Go back 2 months. Look at Moderna, just trouncing Biotech. And so I don't know what to say about it other than buy it and hold on. There's no level to lean on the downside. Just buy it and hold on. It's probably like what I'm thinking about doing right here because it has not stopped going higher. It just can't stop, won't stop. Eventually, it'll come back in, and it's had periods of pullbacks. But hey, every dip is a dip to buy in Moderna. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, hey, I should just close my eyes and buy it, right?
We could segue to Johnson & Johnson's recall today.
You know what? Is there a company that has more negative headlines than Johnson & Johnson?
I don't know how they do it, bro. I don't know how they stay around.
I think Boeing is the only company that has more negative headlines about their product than Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, what was it? It was like Neutrogena shampoo.
Yeah, in the sunscreen. The sunscreen. Yeah,
right.
And I felt bad too because I just used sunscreen. I mean, I was at the beach. Great. Everyone was enjoying July 4th, and then you hear news like this. You're like, "Good Lord, Johnson & Johnson! I can't trust you putting on sunscreen." What makes you think I'm going to trust you putting a vaccine?
Well, first it was the talcum powder, which was a whole thing, and I think we're past that finally now. But yeah, and now we got the sunscreen. Although in Johnson & Johnson's defense, they've got like a gajillion different products. So statistically speaking, the odds are some of them are going to suck and have problems just because they have so many. But yeah, I don't know of another company that has more bad press than Johnson & Johnson, and yet the stock just keeps on going higher. Let's zoom out on this thing. It just can't stop.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, no, I don't get it either. Seriously, someone name another company besides Boeing that has more bad press, more bad headlines than Johnson & Johnson. It's like every month there's a new thing with J&J. The opioid pandemic, lawsuit, talcum powder, this.
Hey, but money's money, I guess, in the Johnson & Johnson game.
For some reason, and this is the case with the automakers as well. Wall Street does not seem to really ever care about recalls. Like there's a recall in like GM and Ford have recalls all the time, right? And like the street never reacts to recall news ever. It really only reacts to like food recalls. Like Tyson is sensitive, I think, to like a food recall. there have been a few headlines on Tyson over the years, but I can't remember Johnson & Johnson or like the automakers ever really reacting to like a recall headline. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Michael Snyder, that's you're not wrong. These companies pay. They pay nicely. So
I'm sure you guys probably covered Boeing yesterday, right?
No, I don't think so. Do we? I don't think so.
The 787 delivery halt. I think that's starting to affect them, and it's not looking good on the daily chart. Just since we were talking about that,
it's interesting. All right, so like, actually, this isn't bad because you have a low. Well, what's that low? 219, 220.
Looks like it has weekly trends, right?
220
peaks.
You stop yourself out at 220 or 221, whatever, 220.50, somewhere in that area. I don't know where exactly. Find your own exact stops, but on the weekly, that's not terrible as long as it holds that. But if it doesn't, then yeah, I'll get the hell out. I wanted to talk about NTLA. This is the one that they had that CRISPR news a couple weeks ago, right? And then it kept on going. It had the huge gap up, and then it paused for a day, and then it kept on going after that, and now it's come back. I'm just keeping no trade or anything. Just keep an eye on this, right? Because what's the low of this move? The low was 121. So I'm just keeping an eye on NTLA, right? Just if it gets back to 121, I would hope for it to hold. If it doesn't, maybe Katie bar the door, but I'm just keeping an eye on that as a level on NTLA. And I'm also watching American Outdoor Brands here, ALUT. They have earnings. They have earnings tonight. They have earnings. Why did I put them on my list? They report earnings tonight. Them and Alcoa report tonight. So ALUT, this is there's only like a year of chart history because of the spinoff or whatever that was. But just have an eye on this.
Interesting industry moved up today is utilities. I don't play too many of these, but you can look at like Duke.
So you have a good day. It's like the only. No, that's not true. It's not the only sector in the green, but it feels like it, right? I mean, I think industrials are up and the Utes are up, but
yeah, what I like to look at is change since the open, and since the open, that's 0.8. So that's almost a 1 point up move in kind of utilities. So I would keep some of those on watch, especially when we just don't see too much strength in kind of in individual names. We're looking for an industry to really come back and get hot. That at least points out to me, and I'll be definitely paying attention to some energy names.
Yeah. Energy or utility?
Utilities, my bad. Utilities. So right now, Duke is a daily chart that just stands out to me. DUK.
Okay. What are the top holdings in XLU? Let's look it up. Go to etfdb.com. I don't think you guys can see this. You can't, but I'll look it up anyway on here and report back. DUK, what jumps out to you here?
So multiple highs there are right there at the 103 range. So if we can get through this level, I think we can start attacking those wicks that you have from the 17th and the 10th.
This is not a very diversified ETF. How many holdings does it have? Come on.
And Easy's giving us NEEE.
Yeah. So okay, top holdings in XLU is NEE. That's the top one.
I like that one. It
by
looks
a mile,
nice.
16% of XLU is NEE. That's 16% of the fund.
Look at that. It's an interesting chart.
Followed by Duke, which we just discussed, followed by SO, Southern Company. Those are the top three. Those three account for like over 30% of the XLU. So NEE, Duke, and SO are your top three. So they all look not bad actually.
At least something to talk about. We were in the chat was mentioned. What could we possibly watch tomorrow? I'll at least keep these on watch for sure. I mean, if they could continue to move like that, it's not a bad play. Oh,
Duke had news. I never look at like news for utilities. Did Duke have line? Fleet charging service. The GM. What? Oh yeah. So GM mentioned Duke in this in this announcement that they're gonna accelerate the adoption of their fleet electrification. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Hey, speaking of news, we had a midday merger today. You go to your scanner, Benzinga Pro #1. Wait, why is my newsfeed being weird? Let me get out of that. You go to your scanner, your up filter. What's up the most? GPX, because there was a midday merger. Wasn't announced until like 11:40. Stock was halted a few minutes before that, and they're getting bought for $20.85 per share. GPX. So that was, you don't see midday mergers too often, and we got one today. What's ticker? GPX. There we go. Yeah. So there we go. No trade to be made, unfortunately, but thought it was interesting. And then as far as the downside is concerned, guys, Newegg. Oh my God, every day with this Newegg. Every day. Who was it in chat that just asked a question I wanted to address? Someone asked, yeah, it was Vintage.
Still making computers, that's why, it's going through the moon.
Vintage asked, someone please tell me if it's game over. Game over in what, Vintage?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of things that it could be game over when,
I certainly understand how a lot of people are feeling are getting pummeled right now. I really do. I mean, if you,
it's normal.
What are the three baskets we talked about today? Right, we talked about the meme stocks, the dream stocks, and the I forget the third category. But like, if you're in, like whether it's AMC or GameStop, right? There's a chance you're feeling pain there. Whether you're an ARKK, right? There's a chance you're feeling pain there. This is why I believe, and I will say it every day if I have to, I'll never get sick of it, that I believe in diversification hardcore. It's why I mostly own ETFs. I own some stocks, right? I've got some stocks. I got about I probably own like 8 stocks and like twice as many ETFs. But I really do believe in diversification, right? And if you're feeling the pain because you're long ARKK from 150 and you're down to 116, or you're long I don't know, Zoom from 600. How did Zoom ever get to 600? No, it got close. It got to 588. So if you're long Zoom from 580, you're at 350, right? Peloton, same story, right? Or GameStop, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, diversification works. It makes one position not kill you. So,
but it also depends. I mean, you could have like 10 of these names, and that's why one thing I want to mention about what Spencer's mentioned in diversification is also have different type of stocks. Like absolutely. You can't just have growth. I think this is one thing that you're seeing a lot of people have, Spencer. Sure, they're going to tell you, but I have 10 names, and then read me those 10 names.
That's a great point, Mitch.
They're all in their growth.
If all you own is growth tech, if all you own is Peloton, Zoom, Roku, I'm trying to think of the other like obvious suspects. If all you own is those
PLTR,
sure, yeah, Palantir, great one, right? If all you own is like those types of companies, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right.
You got to mix.
There are 11 different sectors in the US stock market. Get around. Look around.
It's something to learn. One thing is, is that a lot of traders find it hard to trade multiple stocks at once. And so I think this is that time when you really start learning that, hey, you put all your eggs in one basket. What happens when that happens?
Yeah, I mean,
the eggs are going to eventually break. I mean, you could have them going well for a while, but
it has never been easier and cheaper from a fee standpoint to get exposure to the overall market. The fee on the VOO is like 0.02%, right? It's basically zero, right? And there's no commissions, so it's basically fee from a free standpoint. I don't know why anybody wouldn't own the VOO or the SPY. It's the same thing, right? Or whatever the BlackRock. I don't even remember what the BlackRock one is, but same idea, right? I don't know why you wouldn't do this, right? Like with one or two exceptions, I don't have any position that's more than 5% of my portfolio. I mean for individual stocks.
Yeah, you gotta remember there's some traders out here too trying to do swing trading. So when you swing trading, I mean, a lot of times you're gonna go a little bit higher than, let's say, 5%.
Sure.
So you will get caught. But I mean, this is also, I think, one of those things in learning that you should have different accounts for different reasons. If you're a trader,
Yeah.
you should also have an investment account, and you should also be thinking about long term versus just only those short term games. Because I mean, it's easy to stop thinking about your long term investments when your short term gains are, making 60% returns, and then your long term gains are making 1 to 2, 3% a week. But to tell you the truth, that 1 to 2, 3% a week for the long period of time, it definitely pays out.
Mm-hmm. And to Happy's point, there are the other side of this is there. This is now the time to, if you have companies on your stocks on your shopping list and you're waiting for a pullback, well, maybe you've gotten it right. Roblox has gotten punished. Roblox got punished. If you really do believe in Roblox, and a lot of times this statement is said in jest, but like in all seriousness, if you liked it at 100 or 90 or 80, you should have loved it at 76, right? Who asked about Visa? I saw that yesterday. I don't know what's behind the Visa strength, but how's MasterCard doing with it? Kind of the same story, and then American Express, which is a little bit of a different business model, but same story across the board. Yeah, all three of these are breaking out. I mean, I think a lot of that comes down to like the consumer. The consumer is strong. Yeah. The consumer is really strong, and they're spending a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. There's probably a lot more transactions being made than there was, let's say, 3 months ago, right? And so a lot of to them is the transaction itself, the volume. So just that alone is probably getting it back. And then also, I mean, you're getting people going into stores using their cards, right? I mean, I think that's another factor. You're actually getting people to come back to buying. I mean, you probably even seen people apply for credit cards that you haven't seen in a long time. So one thing that's mentioned in the chat right here, Easy wants to talk about EVgo. I was going to save it for SPAC's attack tomorrow, but I think it's big enough news to bring it up now. So pretty much it was GM naming EVgo as the preferred provider for the charging fleet service, right. The Ultium Charge 360. So real quick, I mean, this is like he's mentioning, it's affecting other companies really negatively because let's say like companies like ChargePoint, Fuel Cell, they were expecting to get a piece of this. And Duke being mentioned was an interesting one, but EVgo definitely ripping out on that, up 14%.
Yep, EVgo. What else? BLNK, right?
Mm-hmm.
HBT, which so the whole space.
It's going to affect a lot of different spaces. I mean, this is what you were looking for when we talked about a lot in our charging talk. We talked that there's going to be a winner. Just you got to pay attention and wait for it. Looks like EVgo is becoming easily that winner with getting a name like GM behind it. Those kinds of partnerships are definitely going to put some in a competitive advantage.
EVgo, EVGO is your ticker because it's not a SPAC, right?
DSPAC'd.
DSPAC'd. Yeah.
DSPAC'd.
Yeah. Do you remember what the SPAC was? Out of curiosity.
Oh, I should know it. I interviewed them, but I don't. I'm not calling it the name. That's why I need Chrisopedia. Chrisopedia!
No, dude, you know what we should do? And I don't know if we do. Maybe this is like a good idea for a SPAC. Not now, though. Maybe we wait. But like if you maybe in like in the fall, September, October, whatever, we do like a where are they now? Like with all these SPACs, like because who was it that was it James? Yeah, it just dropped in. No, it wasn't James. It was who just dropped in Switchback. Yeah, it was James. So whatever happened to Switchback Energy, right? I don't even know what that new ticker is, right? Like there are all these things that converted. I have no idea. I have no clue.
That's how it is. That's how it is. One of the things is there's too many opportunities out there in the market for you to get stuck on one.
Yeah,
that's why I always say look for another opportunity. I think this consistently that this happens all the time. I mean, you'll see someone stuck on a name, but there's so many opportunities out there in the market, especially with all these new SPACs that came in.
Yeah,
I mean, in the long run, there's going to be some winners here for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for earnings here going forward. Like it's quiet this week, but next week is when the fun begins. So I'm I'm looking forward to that very much because, like I said, I'm a little bored right now in these markets. With the exception of the IWM, I don't know. There's just not much that I'm looking at, but I can never stray too far from this chart. This is the one I was back to. So anyway, wait, I'm catching up on chat here.
I'll try to point out something at least that I've seen move. If you guys have anything in the chat, definitely point it out.
DM.
Hims.
What's going on with DM? Hims. Okay, we'll look at Hims.
Hims.
Wait.
We'll look at DM. We can look at DM. This has just been taking a pounding.
Oh my God! Is that an all-time low?
All-time low. And then the crazy part about it is, Spencer, I will clearly state it. This company has everything fundamentally wise and everything in their partnership wise to not be here, but it's still. I mean, the price.
So then that's okay. Like if you really believe that and you're convicted, then you gotta just stick this thing in a drawer and forget about it.
That's the kind of stock that I think it is.
Otherwise, you're gonna kill yourself looking at this every single day. Right?
I'm just glad I was in this one, Spencer. I stopped out at 12.86 and I was in at 13. Yeah, but man, it would have been a pounding if I would have just been literally just holding the bag, because
that's what you have to do. And Bill is like, Bill, it's exactly. Wait, where's Bill's comment? Bill, I don't look at SoFi every day. Okay, if I did, it would kill me. I'm not even down that much. I'm down like $3 or $4. I don't even know. Down like $4. Okay. But if I looked at it every day, I would want to sell. I don't look at it every day, right? So, how do I feel? Not great, but I don't look at it every day. That's what stops me. All right, and then you wanted to look at, what was the one you just said?
Hims.
Oh, Hims. Yeah, him and hers, right?
Hims and hers, man. Household personal products. I don't know why, but they're doing well right now.
What, today? Well,
the industry.
I saw PG's having a good day. Look at PG, right?
Yeah, PG.
It's having a good day today. So maybe just the whole space. Hey, how's Oatly doing? OTLY. They couldn't hold 20. Oatly couldn't hold 20. What else did I want to look at? Oh, how's Casper doing? Oh, nice bounce back day for Casper. Okay. Not really. Like on a daily chart. Oh, it looks like my candle was messed up there. Okay, that's better. That candle doesn't look great on the daily, but it did before. And this intraday does not look pretty, right? Gave back all the gains from the pre-market. Why buy SoFi when you know Hood's coming soon? Because SoFi's valuation is like a fraction of Robinhood. That's why. And they do way more in terms of business lines. That's why.
Those consumer defensives really is not looking too bad. I think there's a slight rotation. Some people have been trying to find some places to hide. I think that's where they're trying to hide.
You look at PG. You could look at
Hershey's.
Okay,
breaking out, man.
Hershey's
breaking out to new highs. The Hershey's company, man.
Yep.
I don't know how that happens, but hey, who knows?
Well, Pep. Look at Pepsi. Oh, so strong. I guess everyone's buying Fritos. I don't know.
I don't even want to pull out this stock because it was just a meme stock a little while back, but who knows?
What?
The Tootsie Roll, TR.
I swear, I always forget that they're public.
The Tootsie Roll, man.
I never remember. Hey, did Hostess ever come back, or no? Or are they still gone?
Oh, I think they're gone.
TWNK, they're back.
They're back.
TWNK. Yeah.
Hey, who knows?
Look at Twinkie.
Twanks.
Jeez. Oy vey. What a joke. What a joke. Guys, yeah, I don't even want to talk about like the retailers because I don't want to get into that.
Do you even know what Helen of Troy is? I don't know. It's just showing up here. HELE. What is Helen of Troy? I need to learn life.
Yeah. This has been around forever, Helen of Troy. Right?
What is it?
This one's been around for a long time. Oh wait. Hold on. I'm not going to bring it up because I should know this. Helen of Troy. What kind of? Oh man, aren't they a retailer of some kind? There's the bell. Hold on. Housewares. Damn it! I should have known that. Housewares. That's right.
Ding.
Hey, the consumer is flush with cash. Thanks, J-Pal. And we're all buying new stuff. Okay, wait, it's 4:00. That was the bell. Final tally for the day. SPY in the red, Q's in the red, Russell, surprise, surprise, on the red. Dow in the green. Okay, not bad. Bitcoin, Ethereum down for the day. Oil down. TLT was up. Yeah, okay, cool. This was fun, Mitch.
Yeah, it was. I mean, especially for the kind of day and the week that we're having in the market, not a bad day.
I'm bored. This market is boring. I haven't said that for a very long time.
Be the dark horse.
All right, guys.
Be the dark horse, guys.
Drop us a like. The Cannabis Hour is live right now. This video will redirect to that. We've got Ryan Rose-Biani after that at 5 o'clock. And we're done. We'll be back tomorrow. Joel will be back, I think. Don't hold me to that. And
yeah, you guys don't need a dark horse anymore. You need a Joel back.
I need like I need like an ape to take me to the moon. Anyway, all right.
Let's ride away, Spencer. Ride away, like.